So they try them and they're like, oh, wait a second, these kind of suck. Like, someone explained to me how it can be legal to use official Crumbl promotional footage in their promotional content for their event not affiliated with Crumbl. With all these expenses, we set the prices without an intention of making a large profit. Do you really expect me to believe that you went through all of this trouble just to share Crumbl cookies with Sydney, Australia? Hey guys, today we're talking about cookies. Crumbl Cookies is a franchise chain of bakeries in the United States and Canada. It's a pretty controversial cookie. A lot of people love them and a lot of people absolutely hate them. I honestly feel pretty in between about it. Like, it's not the best cookie I've ever had. It's giving more of a cakey experience, but I'm also not super mad at it. They have a cookie menu that rotates with different and new flavors, which a lot of people like to do taste test videos of on TikTok and Instagram. So naturally, if you don't live in a place with a Crumbl Cookies location and you see these videos, you may be pretty interested to try it. And today we're gonna be getting into the Sydney Crumbl cookie scam that happened just last weekend. So yes, we're talking about Crumbl Cookies, but we're also not talking about Crumbl Cookies. Confused? Well, so were a lot of people in Sydney, Australia who lined up and waited an hour to pay $17.50 for a Crumbl cookie, only to find out that they were not being sold to them by the official Crumbl Cookies franchise. That's right, $17.50 Australian dollars, so about 12 USD, to buy an old, technically Crumbl cookie that was flown over to Australia by some self-proclaimed random Crumbl cookie fans. How did we get here? Is this legal? You guys let me know if you think this is a scam like a lot of people are calling it. Let's get into it. So this account called Sydney Crumbl pops up on TikTok and Instagram and starts advertising a Crumbl cookie pop-up happening in Sydney. It was going to be just a pop-up for a single day, but they did express interest in possibly doing more if this one was successful. A lot of people show up. We're talking waiting in a line for an hour, some over an hour, to buy a cookie. And when you get a little bit closer to the front of the line, you find out that the price is $17.50 Australian dollars for one cookie. And if you want to save a little money at the pop-up, you can buy a 5-pack for $75 to save $12.50. Someone call those extreme couponers because that is a deal. And on top of all of that, you can buy a Crumbl cookie cutter for $15. Some commenters online said, I'm sorry, $75 for a 5-pack? I actually can't believe it was $17.50 for one cookie. I'm screaming, they got y'all good. $17 for one Crumbl cookie when it's $3.99 for me is crazy. And even with these insane prices, they still sold out. They posted this video on their account showing the long line. People posted some TikToks reviewing the cookies since it's literally their first time ever having the infamous Crumbl cookies. So they try them and they're like, oh, wait a second, these kind of suck. So then people realized that the entire event was not something hosted by Crumbl Cookies at all. They were not affiliated or sponsored or connected in any way. The pop-up event hosts were simply self-proclaimed Crumbl Cookies fans. So basically, they're just some random group of Australians who went to Hawaii, bought a ton of Crumbl cookies, and then flew them over to sell in Sydney. Once exposed, people had a lot to say. And some comments read, for your information, Crumbl's policy states they do not condone the resale of their cookies. I just want to know how you made it through customs. How did you get this through customs? I couldn't even bring in a little bag of almonds. So there are already people who think Crumbl cookies just suck outright, but you know another reason they might suck at this pop-up? Maybe because they were sitting on an airplane and questionably stored for who knows how long before being sold. This girl on TikTok went to the pop-up and rated the cookies, and she gave it a 0 out of 5 on freshness. She did actually know before going to the pop-up that they were not affiliated with Crumbl, but just wanted to try it anyways, which is fair. But there were also a lot of people who went that did not know and were informed by commenters on their TikToks later after they already consumed the cursed cookies. And the reason I say they're cursed is because there's definitely safety risks involved with consuming those cookies. There is no indication that anyone involved here has any certification on food safety. For all we know, these cookies could have been contaminated and they were putting Crumbl's name on it. Literally on all of the promotional content down to the boxes that they were selling the cookies in, it had Crumbl written all over it. And if something were to go wrong with the cookies and someone became ill, it's not like they can go after Crumbl about it. Then you'd have to track down these random random organizers who have no identification besides a TikTok account with 6,000 followers. They've literally posted that if you need to contact them for whatever reason, you should DM their TikTok. Like, that's all they got for ya. These organizers or fans say that they did not intend to deceive anyone and that they've been transparent with the fact that they're not affiliated with Crumbl Cookies. But I beg to differ. They say that because they have it in their TikTok bio and that they've said it in a few comments that they've made it crystal clear. This reminds me of the AI girlfriends video I did a couple weeks ago where they say AI powered in their bio, but you still have people DMing the AI girl to ask to go on a date with her. People don't read. And the AI girly creators know it, these guys know it, everyone knows it and exploits it. And they also didn't always have that disclaimer in their bio. It was something they added later after people were really questioning them and calling them out. And there's something so funny about them being like, we're not Crumbl Cookies, we're just fans, as if that's some sort of legal defense. Like, bestie, that's not gonna protect you. If you look at their early promotional content before they were really called out, they make no real effort to be clear that this is just some sort of fan pop-up where they're buying the cookies and transporting them themselves. The promotional videos include footage of Crumbl Cookies being made fresh. So why would they do that if they didn't mean to deceive people into thinking that they were going to be making Crumbl Cookies in Australia? I feel like anyone watching this would quickly just assume that this is affiliated to Crumbl since they're using Crumbl in their account name and using official Crumbl promotional footage. Like, someone explained to me how it can be legal to use official Crumbl promotional footage in their promotional content for their event not affiliated with Crumbl. And their Instagram account was taken down, probably for being flagged as impersonating a brand and a business. In Crumbl Cookies terms and conditions, they state that you agree that you will not use their services to impersonate or attempt to impersonate Crumbl, which includes their branding. And while these fans avoided using the logo in their social media profile, they did use Crumbl's official packaging to sell the cookies in. The name Crumbl is also copyrighted, meaning that only they can use that name for their business and services, so the name Sydney Crumbl is not even legal. Now, given all of that backlash, does the real Crumbl cookie even care? I'm not sure, but they might? I mean, since the cookie that you're getting at this pop-up is not the real experience of a Crumbl cookie, it is a possible detriment to their image. The Crumbl cookies you buy in a legit store location are freshly made at the location, not an old and stale cookie that had to fly coach to get here. Someone having a bad experience with their cookies at this pop-up could leave an impression on the overall brand of Crumbl Cookies. It is an experience that is not controlled by the Crumbl Cookies franchise, and that's not good. I do wonder if Crumbl Cookies is going to pursue them legally. I'm not a lawyer, but I definitely feel like there's some case to be made here, but I guess we'll see if they actually care enough to go for it or not. But it seems like the people behind this fake Sydney Crumbl have covered their butts legally, or have at least tried to. They wrote up a Google Doc response to all of the drama explaining their side of the story. So let's just read this Google Doc. Hi everyone, we want to address the drama surrounding the event. Are you officially Crumbl? No, we never claimed to be an official Crumbl store. This was clearly stated in our bio and our comments. Our goal was to bring the authentic Crumbl cookies to Australia by importing the cookies directly from the USA. Are they genuine Crumbl cookies? Yes, 100%. We traveled to the US to purchase the cookies and imported them with their original packaging. We did not bake them ourselves. See below Crumbl receipts and matching bank transfers. Trademark concerns. Crumbl's trademarks are available at link. We did not use their trademarks in our videos on TikTok, but you did use their trademark in the packaging that you sold the cookies in and in some of the in-person promotional content. Quality. Crumbl cookies should be kept at room temperature in an airtight container for up to 3 days or refrigerated for up to 7 days. We kept them for these requirements. Some were warmed to enhance their texture, which is what Crumbl does as well. While most customers enjoyed the cookies, a couple of influencers felt they didn't meet the expectations. We apologize that they don't live up to expectations, however, they are just cookies at the end of the day. While there may be a small difference in quality, some flavors may not appeal to some people. A lot of people have reached out to us who were there saying they were delicious and thank you for selling them. See below. Thank you, I got some and they were so good. "Hi, Crumbl Cookie, we were in line today and we tried your Crumbl Cookies. They are amazing and we hope that you can stay in Sydney. We love you." Kind of funny that they felt the need to include these two random DMs of people who enjoyed the cookies that could be very much faked. Not to be some conspiracy theorist and say that they are fake, but just saying that they don't really hold that much of a weight. And they kind of distract from the very real concerns over eating these questionably handled cookies. Also, the fact that this DM says, "Hi, Crumbl Cookie," just proves the fact that people were getting deceived into thinking that they were the legit Crumbl Cookies. Alright, but it gets better. Hear this. Profit and costs. This event was never about profit. We aim to bring the cookies to Crumbl fans. We did not aim to make money, and some rough costs are below. With all these expenses, we set the prices without an intention of making a large profit. Them saying that this event was never about profit is just so funny to me because you really expect me to believe that you went through all of this trouble just to share Crumbl Cookies with Sydney, Australia. Like, you really are just that down bad for your Crumbl Cookies that you made it your life mission to spread the word of it, just out of like the goodness of your heart. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. It's also kind of funny that they list off all of these costs as if we can validate any of this. Like, they literally could just say absolutely anything. And then they say that it wasn't about making a large profit. How big of a profit is considered large? Just wondering. Reselling them. Importing and reselling is called parallel imports. Parallel imports are legal and more information can be found at link. Look, I don't have professional knowledge about this, but even if this does cover their butt in Australia consumer laws, I don't think it covers them in regards to Crumbl Cookies' own terms against reselling their product. And the whole gray area impersonation thing. Customs and compliance. We followed all legal procedures, declaring the cookies as commercial goods and obtaining the necessary approvals from Australian customs. We've attached the customs entry with sensitive information redacted to confirm that everything was imported legally and cleared by biosecurity. So I guess they did bring them in legally. We hope this clears up any confusion. Thank you to those who have supported us and gave us valuable feedback. To contact us, please message us at our only page, Crumbl Sydney on TikTok. I also noticed that they refuse to show anyone's face that is tied to this operation because obviously that would put that person in more danger since they'd be identifiable. It's almost as if they know that they're doing something questionable and shady. So they then said in a TikTok post that they're not doing any future pop-ups, even though they had previously implied that they were interested in doing so, kind of before all of this backlash took place. If I were them and I truly wasn't planning on selling anymore, I would just take the full L and delete everything. I don't know why they still bother even keeping the account up. Hey, I mean, at least Crumbl Cookies got to see the hype around them coming to Australia. Maybe they'll actually decide to officially go now. So based on all of the tea, do you think that Sydney Crumbl was intentionally misleading people to scam them? Or was this all blown out of proportion and was just truly a harmless act done by some Crumbl Cookie fans? Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. As always, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Please like and subscribe to support the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!